Are you playing to win the day, or are you playing to win at life? That's the question we're going to explore today. Let's sketch it out. Hello and welcome to Verbal to Visual Video. I am your host, Doug Neal. Today we're going to talk about how you approach the development of a new skill. Specifically, the skill of sketching out ideas, but the principles underlying today's discussion are applicable to any field. To start things off, I'm going to get some help from Simon Sinek, who had this to say at a Creative Mornings event.
In game theory, there are two kinds of games. There are finite games and there are infinite games. A finite game is defined as known players, fixed rules, and an agreed-upon objective. Baseball. We all agree what the rules are, and at the end of 9 innings, whoever has more runs, we declare the winner, and the game is over. No one ever says, wait, if we can just play 3 more innings, I know we can come back and win. Doesn't happen. Right? You have winners and you have losers. Right? Then there is an infinite game. An infinite game is defined as known and unknown players. The rules are changeable, and the objective is to keep the game in play, to perpetuate the game. Now, let's look at the game of business. The game of business is, by its very definition, an infinite game. It has pre-existed before every single company on this planet ever existed, and it will outlast every single company on this planet. But when you listen to the way most companies play the game, they're in the wrong game. That's why they get frustrated. The great organizations understand that they're playing to stay in the game. Jim Senegal, the founder of Costco, says Wall Street's in the business of making the quarter of the year. We're in the business of building a company for the next 50 years. The understanding of knowing what game you're in radically changes the kinds of decisions you make and the way you see the world. It is also tremendously confidence building. Finite players play to beat the people around them. Infinite players play to be better than themselves. To wake up every single day and say, how can we make our company a better version of itself today than it was yesterday? How can we create a product this week that's better than the product we created last week? We also have to play the infinite game. It's not about being ranked #1. It's not about having more followers on Twitter than your friends. It's not about outdoing anyone. It's about how to outdo yourself. You are your competition. And that is what ensures you stay in the game the longest. And that is what ensures you find joy. Because the joy comes not from comparison, but from advancement.
I find that distinction between an infinite game and a finite game to be a very helpful way to look at the way you're living your life on all sorts of different levels. Let's look at one level in particular, the game that we visual note takers are playing. I think that the one common denominator between all of us who have gathered here is that we are living a curious and engaged life. And the role of sketchnoting is that it's a tool that supports being curious about ideas and engaging with those ideas in a meaningful way. That's what I hope I'm demonstrating on the page so far. Everything here is a conversation. It's a conversation between me and Simon Sinek, a conversation between me and the ideas he shared, and it's a conversation between me and you. This and this is how I'm choosing to engage with the world and explore my own curiosities. And my guess is that you are doing something similar related to whatever it is that you're studying or whatever you are working on. You are using the skill of sketchnoting to engage with your work, engage with life on a deeper level than you might have otherwise. So next we've got to ask ourselves, what type of game is this? Living a curious and engaged life. Is it a finite game or an infinite one? Though your life does have a distinct starting point and it will one day come to an end, I think it fits better into the category of an infinite game. Different players will come and go throughout your life, the rules will change along the way, and the objective is to keep playing. Which to me doesn't simply mean staying alive, it means continuing to live a curious and engaged life. That's the game that I want to keep playing. So let's get back to sketchnoting here. With all of these ideas in mind, I think it's worth asking yourself, how are you approaching the development of your visual note-taking skills? Are you approaching it as if you were playing a finite game or an infinite one? Are you focused on comparison or advancement? I think that focusing on advancement, on being better today than you were yesterday, is the way to go. And I think there are two ways to see that advancement, that growth, within the world of visual note-taking. The first one is more obvious. It's the improvements that you see in your visual note-taking skills the more you practice. The second, less obvious form of advancement is the use of those skills to move some aspect of your life forward. To use these skills to make some sort of progress in your personal or professional life. I think that a common trap is to place too much emphasis on your sketchnoting skills while neglecting the role that those skills are meant to serve. We focus on making a pretty picture instead of making something that moves us forward. It's the combination that's the most powerful, though. Long-term mastery of your skills, combined with the application of those skills in a way that's aligned with your goals and values. That's what leads to the joyous and infinite game that we're playing here. Now, even though this game is infinite, you can still create for yourself milestones to give you something more short-term to reach for. You could commit to making one sketchnote a day, or in my case here, one video a week. But even if you set up those milestones, be careful not to pursue them to the detriment of the lifelong game that you're playing. For example, in the case of this video that I'm making right now, I don't win when I hit publish the day this video goes out. I win at the end of 2017 when I can look back at the 52 videos that I made, one every single week, and I can see the growth in my own skills, and I can see the growth in the impact that I've been able to have on others through the creation of these videos. But even that win is only temporary unless I approach the work that I do this year with the rest of my life in mind. And that's what I intend to do. I plan to spend my hours and my days knowing that the game that I am playing is the game of living a curious and engaged life. And that I'm going to play that game by trying to be better today than I was yesterday. And when it comes to the development and use of your visual note-taking skills, I encourage you to approach your work with this perspective of an infinite game. I think you'll find it a lot more rewarding that way. Thank you so much for watching this video. I would love to hear your thoughts on these ideas, so please do leave a comment below. And if you would like some more support in the development of your sketchnoting skills, check out the 2 courses that we have available for you here: an introduction to visual note-taking to develop your core skills, and how to make sketchnote videos if you would like to make the types of videos that you just watched. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.